Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I had another big week where I just wore a ton of perfume. It was one of those weeks where I don't even know how I fit it all in. I've got a couple, I even wore a couple more than this that I'm just not gonna include in this video because there's some new things that were sent over to me. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about them yet, so I did test a couple things, but I'm not gonna talk about them. So I wore even more than what we're gonna go through. But anyways, I'm gonna jump right in because I have a ton. So the first one I wore is this one here. This is Musk Mood from Latava. I just picked this up from Joma Shop recently. It was really, really affordable, like maybe $14.99. It was really affordable. Oh my gosh, I love this perfume so much. It reminds me a lot of Jovan Musk. It's really, really similar, but the Musk Mood has like a little bit of an earthiness in the base, which is, at first it was a little weird to me. I was like, why do I smell almost something like dirt in the base? Because it's such a clean, musky perfume, like just a clean out of the shower musk. And then as you kind of breathe it in, somewhere in the back of your nostrils, you really start to get this almost slight dirt note, like earthy note. And I was wondering how that was going to translate on skin, and it's beautiful. It does come across, it does translate on skin. So it is this really beautiful, sweet, clean, like really strong skin musk, something like Jovan Musk, but with a little bit of an earthy twist in the base that I absolutely love. I did not think I was gonna love it on. I was like, this is a little weird. I don't know about an earthy note in the base of a clean musk. It's just gonna be kind of strange. But something about it completely works and I love it. This thing is an absolute monster on me. I went in light with this one because you can smell out of the bottle. It's very, very strong. So I only went in with like maybe 3 sprays of this, and oh my goodness, I got a good 8, 9, 10 hours out of it. It's a really, really nice one. I mean, the value for the money with a lot of these Latava perfumes, the value for the money is just insane. They're such good fragrances for so little. Definitely like beautiful, amazing powerhouses for anybody's collection. So that is the first one. That is Latava Musk Mood. Next, I have a little sample here. This is a little sample. I've got a few of these now just from people sending them to me, and I'm so happy because this is actually a fragrance that I've wanted for a really long time, but it's quite expensive. They did, however, lower the price on these fragrances. Let me tell you what we're talking about. This is Pearlescent Parfums, which is like a little branch off of Gallagher. And this is called Midnight Jasmine. So I got a sample of this, I think when I ordered like Rosé All Day or maybe Vanilla Silk. I tested it, I fell in love with it. I've been wanting a full bottle forever. So anyways, I saw this sample lying there. I picked it up, I wore it. This is an absolute monster of a perfume, but you know what? I realized as I was wearing it throughout the day, I kept feeling like I was getting a hint of something familiar. And as I continued to wear it, I realized that it smells almost identical to Rosé All Day. And it's making me wonder because I've got a few of these samples and I don't remember it reminding me of Rosé All Day the first time I sampled it with the sample that they sent to me. Somehow this smells like Rosé All Day though, and not Midnight Jasmine. Maybe I just didn't catch the similarities the first time I tested it. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to track down or find another sample in my collection of this and test it, because I'm wondering if Rosé All Day maybe accidentally got put in this bottle or if it really is just that similar to Rosé All Day. I'm not totally sure, but that's exactly, it smells like Rosé All Day on me. And that's what I kept smelling all day. I was like, I don't know. I felt like if it would have been that similar to me back then, that obviously I've got Rosé All Day, so I wouldn't have felt like I needed a bottle of this. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If any of you feel like, that have tested this, feel like this smells like Rosé All Day, just let me know. So anyways, that is Midnight Jasmine from Pearlescent Parfums. Next, I wore this. This is Warm Vanilla Sugar from Bath & Body Works. This is one of my Project Pan fragrances. You can see I have just about maybe a ½ inch left, so maybe one more wear in this and then this will finally be done. I just sprayed this on one night before I went to bed. This is the formulation that it's still really nice. It's just different from the original formulation, and I still really love this formulation of warm vanilla sugar, but this perfume does not last any time at all. It is so fleeting that, yeah, I sprayed it on before I went to bed and it was gone before I even fell asleep. So one more little wear of that and that guy will be gone. Next, I wore my Victoria Minya. This is Hedonist, just the original Hedonist, and I adore this perfume. This is like a boozy, nutty peach fragrance. It's nuclear. This perfume is nuclear. You can put 2 sprays of this on and you are good for the entire day. There will not be any like spraying something on later in the day or later in the evening. You're gonna smell like this until you wash it off. It is incredibly powerful. It's very sweet, very decadent, very syrupy, very rich. It's divine is what it is. It is divine. If you like peach and rum and honey, I think it might have some honey in it. Gosh, it's so good. It's funny because for the longest time I was like, I want a full bottle of this. I don't think I need a full bottle of this. I have made a decant of this for my beautiful friend, and so that's why it's got such a big dent, because there's no way I could have gone through that much by myself in the amount of time that I've had it, because you don't need to spray that much. So I have a feeling that this little 20 ml travel spray will last me the rest of my life. This is plenty. This is like nuclear juice in this bottle. So anyways, that is Victoria Minya Hedonist. Okay, next I wore, this is Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. I realized it was getting kind of close to the end of cold weather for us. Once it starts warming up again, that's gonna be it. We're gonna be heading into like hot summer weather. And I wanted to get aware of this in before it got really hot. Tender Romance is the perfect transition fragrance, which is kind of what we're in right now here in the South. We're transitioning from winter to spring. We're having some warm days. We're having a lot of sunny days, but it's like today we have a freeze warning until tomorrow at 9 a.m. Like it's freezing outside right now. So we're definitely in that transition phase, and I definitely wanted to get aware of this in. I absolutely adore this perfume. This is one of the little gems in my collection that it's very underrated. I'm so glad that I picked it up before it became really difficult to find, because it has been discontinued. I just absolutely love this. This is a beautiful like ginger and pear fragrance. It's kind of a little bit gourmand leaning. It's stunning. It's very safe. It's really pleasant smelling, but not so safe that it smells generic in any way. It doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled. It definitely has the romance DNA, but with pear and ginger. It's like sugary, it's sweet, it's vanillic. It's a little bit gourmand leaning while still being a little bit perfumey, so it's not like a literal gourmand. It's not incredibly edible. It's stunning. It's also a beast. I can spray this on and get at least 8 hours out of it. I think I was able to spray something on later that evening. The day I wore this might have been the day that I sprayed on the warm vanilla sugar later in the evening, because the two kind of really mesh well. But yeah, this is just a stunning fragrance, and if you ever come across a bottle of this on the gray market for a good price, snap it up. If I ever come across a bottle of this on the gray market for a good price, I will absolutely be snapping up a backup bottle of it, because it is backup bottle worthy. It's beautiful. So it is my favorite from the whole romance line. I've got the other one that smells like raspberries, which I also really love, but it doesn't compare to this. Nothing really compares to Tender Romance. So anyways, that is Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. Next, I wore this beauty. This is a Dossier fragrance. This is one of the first ones that they ever sent over to me. They have since changed the name of this. This one is called Floriental Brown Sugar. The name has since been changed to Fruity Brown Sugar, I believe. This is a clone of YSL Mon Paris. And I've always really liked this perfume. I did not realize how much I actually love it though until I pulled this out and wore it, which I knew I'd been wanting to pull this one out and wear it for a long time because it's just a really nice perfume. And I do have samples of Mon Paris, so I can tell you that this is a spot on dupe. It's a spot on clone. It smells exactly like it. I love this. This one has gotten better as it's aged as well, which I really didn't know how Dossier fragrances were gonna go, if they were gonna age badly or if they were gonna age well. I can tell you every single one that I've got in my collection that I've kept and and that I haven't like given away to friends or family, can only say what I've kept in my collection. I've sent some off to one of my beautiful friends. I've given some to my mom. The one I gave my mom the dupe of Libre, and that's like her favorite perfume. Of all the perfumes that I've given her, that is like her favorite. I can tell you this one is aging phenomenally. It smells so good. It's gotten so much stronger and even more beautiful than when I first got it. I sprayed this on, you guys, and I've never worn this one around my husband, and he could not stop smelling me. He literally sniffed me like 3 times and was like, my gosh, you smell so good. That perfume is so good. He loved this one. So it's a good one. I don't know how Mon Paris does because I don't have an actual bottle of Mon Paris. I don't know if it ages really well. I have a feeling it probably does. I really enjoy YSL perfumes. I think they're one of the best designer lines on the market. So I have a feeling it's amazing too, but this is so good. This one lasted about 6 hours. Not horrible, not the best. If I wanted to continue smelling like this for like an entire day, I would probably have to reapply it maybe one time, which is completely fine with me. I'm in love with this. I'm gonna pull this out and probably wear it until I'm kind of over this obsession with it because I adore it. It just smelled so good, and it's such an easy fragrance to wear. It really is a fruity, I wouldn't say a fruity floral. It's more of like a fruity patchouli, but the patchouli isn't, I don't love a fruity patchouli fragrance. Like I don't love fruit choulis as a genre of perfume. They're not my favorite. But there's something about this. It really must be the brown sugar note in it. The brown sugar note in this turns this perfume into a gourmand leaning fruit choulis rather than a musky fruit choulis. And I think that that's what I really don't like about fruit choulis is the muskiness of them. There's something about them that gets very mature on me. And what I'm talking about is perfumes like Jimmy Choo and fragrances like that, like the original Jimmy Choo. This is a fruit choulis though that is, oh my gosh, it's stunning. It's so good. So anyways, that is fruity brown sugar. I'm gonna refer to it by its name now in case you wanna go look for it. But yeah, amazing. Fruity brown sugar from Dossier, so good. And I love that Walmart is carrying these now. I just ordered a couple from Walmart and just to see, cause you know Walmart is carrying Dossier now. And I had a $40 Walmart gift card, so I ordered a couple of fragrances and I'm super excited. I haven't really bought any new Dossier fragrances, and I don't have any that I purchased on my own that weren't sent to me. And I have had some people comment, I have had more than one person comment and say that the Dossier fragrances that they got were not very good, and they weren't trusting reviewers that were saying that Dossier was really good. And I was one of those people because all of the Dossier fragrances that I have are amazing. So I think some people felt like they were sending reviewers better fragrances than what they were selling. So I purchased some. We'll see. We'll see if they're good or, you know, if I have the same experience. Okay, next I wore a couple of my Estero perfumes. One of these I'm so sad about too. We're gonna get into it, but okay, the first one I wore is Smells Like Estero. I wear this fragrance at least once a week at this point. And it's one of those perfumes that I'm probably, because I wear it so often, I will probably only talk about it like maybe once a quarter or something in a What I Wore Last Week video because I'm wearing it so much now because I love it. It's one of my favorite musks on the market. I think it's one of the best musks on the market, like one of the best musks that you can get, especially for the price. These are under $15. It's a big, I think 8 or 10 ml bottle of oil. I've got a huge dent in this. I use it all of the time and I still have at least 80% of this left. Like this is gonna last me forever. It's just the most beautiful, clean, slightly sweet, skin-like. I think it's like an Egyptian musk. It's amazing. I'll be filming a affordable haul video, part 2 to my affordable haul video. And you guys are gonna see I ordered some Kumba Made oils because I think for Women's Day, they had like 25% off, and I always wait for sales to order from Kumba Made because it makes their oils like $8. But I ordered their Egyptian musk and it does not compare to Estero. It really doesn't compare to a lot of the musks I have. I like it, but it's not even in the same orbit as Smells Like Estero. This is such an amazing oil. I mean, if you like musks, this is a must-have for your collection for sure. So that is Smells Like Estero. And then this one I'm so sad about. Okay, this is Indigo Boy by Estero. This is the most beautiful, kind of slightly earthy, a little bit sweet. It smells like it could have a little bit of vanilla in it, but like an extracty kind of vanilla, not a gourmand vanilla, like a very pure vanilla. I don't know if it does, but it smells like it could. It's definitely got some patchouli in it, and it's somewhere in between like a medicinal and an earthy patchouli, but it's very, very smooth. It's not like a hippie patchouli. In fact, when you're wearing this, you don't feel like you're wearing patchouli fragrance. It's amazing. However, I wore this to bed one night, which was a mistake because I had terrible nightmares that night. One in particular that was so bad, it was such a bad dream, it woke me up in the middle of the night, and this was still going very, very strong. So every time I moved, I was smelling Indigo Boy, and when I woke up the next morning and got a whiff of this, it brought back the memories of the really bad dream that I had had. So I think it's gonna be a while before I can wear this without associating it with that dream. It's already like halfway better. Smelling it, sitting here smelling it right now, it's like, you know, yes, I'm kind of remembering that I had a really bad dream, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait a little while before I wear this one again, but yeah, that's one of the downfalls of wearing perfume to bed or wearing a fragrance to bed. If you have like a nightmare or a really bad dream and you get a whiff of your perfume, it might affect how you feel for a minute towards that perfume. But I still love this fragrance. I still 100% will continue to wear this fragrance. It just might take me, you know, a couple weeks. It's an amazing perfume though. Every single one of these Estero oils, you guys, and I've been saying this like every time I talk about them, and I mean it for every single one of them. And I still need to get Country Livin'. Oh my gosh, I think every time I go on her website, they're still sold out. That is the last one I need to complete my collection, and I need it because these are my favorite oils, hands down. Could not live without them, and I maintain to this day if I lost my entire perfume collection and only had these oils left to wear for the rest of my life, I think I'd be happy because there's something for every occasion within these oils. They're amazing. So anyways, that is Indigo Boy from Estero. This next one, I picked this up, golly, I wanna say it was sometime in the summertime. It was still hot out. And I picked it up from, I think, Nordstrom Rack. And I was not able to test it back then because it's quite a heavy perfume. This is a fragrance from Rebecca Minkoff, and I think it's just Rebecca Minkoff. Like, I don't think it's got a name. It's beautiful. It's a really heavy, well, not really heavy, but it's a rich smelling perfume. It's rich and a little bit resinous and a little bit spicy. It's got a little bit of a floral in it. So it's a little bit floral. It's a spicy floral, and it's got some sweet resins in the base. It's really, really gorgeous. I love this. I sprayed it on, and I can smell it when I spray it in the air, but I sprayed it on me, and I went in pretty heavy. I went in with probably 6 or 8 sprays of it, and once it like settled onto my skin, I couldn't smell it anymore on me at all. So it's like I can smell it out of the bottle and I can smell it when I spray it, but once it gets on me, I become anosmic to it. So I couldn't smell it anymore. And I put it on after I got ready and I was about to leave the house and I was gonna be gone for a while. And once I realized I was kind of anosmic to it, I was like, well, I don't want to like leave the house with no perfume on, because that's what it felt like for me. And so I grabbed really quickly, thinking that I couldn't smell this anymore, like that it wasn't on me at all anymore. I went ahead and grabbed pink sugar, because this is just such an easy to reach for, like, sweet gourmand fragrance. And I knew it would layer over this well. Actually, I didn't even realize I was layering them, because again, I couldn't smell this at all. However, when I layered pink sugar over this, it made the most divine fragrance like I've ever smelled. If I ever create a fragrance of my own, I'm going to remember this combination and I'm going to try to like duplicate it somehow, because it was so amazing. Once the pink sugar hit this, it's like it reinvigorated it or something about this brought out the notes of the Rebecca Minkoff again for me. And the combination was absolutely to die for, and it lasted all day long, a good 8 hours. It was amazing. I was so surprised. I thought all I was gonna be able to smell was the pink sugar. I was like, well, pink sugar is nuclear on me. So I'll spray this on, it'll be fine. It's an easy to reach for fragrance. It'll get me through the entire day. No, this was a whole fragrance in it, like in itself. This combination was so good, I can't even explain it. So yes, if I ever get the opportunity to create my own fragrance, I'm going to create something that smells like this combination, because it's amazing, amazing. There's something about the sweetness and the caramel from the pink sugar with the slightly floral, spicy, resinous nature of the Rebecca Minkoff that just created a perfect perfume, like perfect. It was so good. So I'm gonna store these next to each other so that I don't ever forget that this is an epic combination. So anyways, that is Aquilina Pink Sugar and Rebecca Minkoff. And then last but not least, I wore Wanted Girl from Azzaro. I adore this perfume. This is another really easy to reach for, sweet. You almost get like a, it doesn't have any kind of an alcohol note in it. There's no booze in this, but you almost get this vibe of like a sweet caramelized red wine. That's really what I get with this. There's something about this, it's got some fruits in it, and something about how the fruitiness kind of plays with the caramel, and I think it's dulce de leche in this, or dulce. I think that's how people told me to pronounce it, dulce de leche. There's something about how the notes, you know, mesh, that you almost get this like red wine, like caramelized red wine. That's really what I get from this. I love this perfume. It's beautiful. I can't believe I slept on it for so long. I really want to get the Wanted Girl by Night. I have a feeling that I'm going to adore that perfume, and I love it. I love the bottle. I think it's so cute. It looks like a little grenade. I love that you know, that the little trigger thing is the sprayer. I love everything about this. It's an amazing, affordable gem. If you're a gourmand lover, this is one that you have to have in your collection. It smells so, so good. And it's a beast. It lasts forever. I can get a good 8 hours out of this perfume, which makes me so happy. So anyways, that is Wanted Girl from Azzaro. It is such an underrated little gem, though I don't think it's underrated. I do think a lot of people talk about this fragrance, but I missed the hype train on this one, so you know, I don't hear anybody talk about it anymore. So yeah, Wanted Girl from Azzaro. And that is gonna be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore it last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.